Hello and welcome to Gibbous, a Cthulhu Adventure, a point-and-click, well, Cthulhu Adventure game. We love us some point-and-click, and we love us some Lovecraftian horror, and the hand-drawn art looks really neat, so let's just get straight into it. Oh yeah.
Read all about it, sir. Hurricane Herbert, storm of the century.
A storm.
Looks like
That's
the printer
least
ran
my
out of ink.
worries. Change. Everything's changing. Always changing. What's a Joe supposed to do? You take a new case and it's all you can do to be prepared for whatever it throws your way. The only thing you can know is whatever it's tossed at you won't make any kind of sense butt up against the last thing. It's the changes.
It's easier to make sequels that way.
I've been hired to locate some kind of ancient book.
Of course you
supposed
have.
to have inside of it the kind of stuff makes a Joe's guts turn salt and sallow. Real type mystical mumbo jumbo, which I guess explains the weirdo cults popping up all over Darkham. You know something's left of center when the folks hiring you want to keep themselves all secret-like. Cash is cash, though, and I could really use the milk. That something doesn't change. Put some weight on my man in rearing forbiddens. The kind of pressure makes a Joe's stomach jackflip, and he points me at this dark and ancient library. Dark and ancient? Huh. What's not dark and ancient in Darkham?
Tourist information?
Damn.
What on earth
Most
is...
times, the new is just as bad as the old. Sometimes worse.
Must be a mystical, ancient vape. Ooh, that's a nice door.
Well, here it is. Miskatonic Library. Not the, friendliest place in town. And this town and Friendly ain't even in the same zip code.
It's nice of the Miskatonic Library to move from Arkham to, well, Darkham. Hold space. Oh.
Darkham. Horrible hellhole. Never thought I'd stick around when I came here 23 years ago. She was local, young and unstable, and I was probably too much to handle. Then she left me with an empty bottle of 81 proof and a broken heart. My gut instinct was telling me I could look at everything a second time, glean extra information that might be useful. Or not.
Now, when you say that, do you mean look at it a second time, or do you mean the second button a second time?
The brooding, festering horror of the
Huh?
ancient town. Weird. That just popped into my head from nowhere.
Can we do a third
A
time?
sea of rotting
The
roof tiles, decaying masonry, and who knows what dormant evils.
Can we do a... Wait, the eye is smaller.
Darkham. Horrible hellhole. Never thought I'd stick around. And
Oh. So now it's like, yeah, we're out now. We're done. The eye is small. That's neat.
Now, I gotta investigate the library first.
How about some more Darkham?
Not nearly as badly lit as the name would suggest, but more than compensating on the creepy scale.
I think it's the fact that no house seems to be built on, like, level ground.
Not your prettiest tourist-friendly town. No, gotta investigate the library first.
Turns out there's more of it.
Surprisingly colorful here and there.
Gee,
But
I
I
thought
didn't
there
let
was
that
eyes
fool
in
me.
the sky, but that's
The town had been
the
bubbling
moon
with occult activity for
with
a
some
while, and I was about to look
clouds,
deep into
not
it.
fog. Oh, that was just accidental.
Like a sea of ugly, decrepit, tile-covered whales. You know, they really have a vegetation problem out here.
I don't know if the right way to play is without using spacebar.
It's like
It-
these
it
crazy
does make it
minds are
easier.
strangling the edifice in a real symbolic way, you know?
I assume we can.
I think I could fashion crude gloves from my tie to protect my hands from all the thorns and climb up to the third floor, where all the unique and forbidden tomes are rumored to be held. Nah.
I was gonna say.
Crescent moon. shining down on the horrid husk of a town that is Darkham.
Oh yeah, a gibbous is, well, in this particular case, I assume,
I guess we can use all the light we can get in
a
this
state of the
dump.
moon, which I think is past half moon, but haven't gotten all the way to full moon yet. Did we look at the old view?
Looks like some kind of gargoyle, swallowed almost whole by those dead vines.
Is that not a grotesque? Does a gargoyle not have to have an open mouth so that things can pour out of it? For example, rainwater or, you know,
I'd love to blame it on modern art,
bad
but this
stuff.
is really ancient stuff. It's just creepy as hell.
We couldn't happen to take any vines,
Maybe I
could
could
we?
use somebody, but this gargoyle ain't it. There's tiny graffiti on it. Stay in school. I guess it's an advice column.
Wow. Wow.
The pillars of knowledge. Or just, supporting masonry.
I don't know, with this angle, I'm not sure it can support all that much. Oh. There we go.
They really went out of their way to make this place as creepy as possible.
It looks neat. Apparently F5 is save.
I'll bet the common Joe doesn't even know what a bas relief is.
See, I was thinking that because often you'd read that in like Lovecraftian horror, and then we actually get to see the thing.
I'd wonder exactly what that bass needs relief from. The oppressive, stagnant atmosphere of Darkham. A trudging, boring life stuck in a library interior. An uncertain future in the face of an uncaring populace. The ridiculousness of this fish pun? I don't know. No one can be Sturgeon. Who gives a carp?
You're pushing it. I assume we can't take the bas relief.
Rows and rows of moldy old books. For some reason, they seem particularly unattractive.
Isn't there like a fungus that can
The
grow
more I
in
look at
moldy
them,
old books
the less interesting they get.
that could actually like impact a human?
The joy of reading. Those look like the exception.
Can we just
I
take
don't
a book?
want to trigger any hidden doors or anything. I'm just here to pick up hints.
Actually, that's a good point. Maybe not. If
That's
your
why
library
folks
looks
get
like this,
strange,
don't just
ancient
grab random
diseases
books.
by flipping the wrong pages with their bare fingers. Wear protection. Goes for libraries, too. Nobody there. Looks like it's just me and this librarian fella.
I feel like the way we look, the way this looks, the librarian does not look like. I don't know. You're too modern, too like normal.
It's a dusty old book. Its title's really hard to read.
Because of how it's spelled.
A very convenient treatise on the order voodoo magic ingredients should be used in. Useless garbage.
You seem to read that quite easily.
I don't need it. It's the popular book section. Apparently, all Daniel Maroon novels. You know, Vatican mysteries and all that.
Ah,
Daniel Maroon's anathemic adventures. Daniel Maroon's blood-boiling baptism.
these are all like titles I could never actually
Daniel
say
Maroon's clerical conundrums.
without, causing injury to
Daniel
myself.
Maroon's deacon's debauchery. Sounds spicy.
Are we going through the entire?
Daniel Maroon's
Alphabet?
Eucharistical enigmas.
Because I will. I will keep
Daniel
clicking the button.
Maroon's Fathers and Fedoras. My personal favorite.
Of course.
Daniel Maroon's Gibbous Gospel.
Oh,
Daniel Maroon's Hymn Hunting. I hear it's a snoozer.
I mean, at this point,
Daniel
the series is gonna fall off.
Improbable Iconostasis. Daniel Maroon's Jumpin' Jerusalems. It was his first foray into comedy. Still sold a heap though.
With a title like that, you have to be a comedy.
Daniel Maroon's Cryptic Cloisters. He was reaching.
Pretty sure that's
Daniel
a Pokemon.
Maroon's Lengthy Litany. 4,200 pages. Ouch.
Well, that doesn't really matter. Like, what's the font size?
Daniel Maroon's Menacing Monastery Mystery.
3 words now?
Daniel Maroon's Nuns and Nooses. Oh boy.
I definitely would have read that as nuns and noses.
Daniel Maroon's Presbyterian Perils. Daniel Maroon's Queer Clyphotic Quests. Sounds particularly exciting. Daniel Maroon's Reliquary Rapture. Daniel Maroon's The Sacramento Sacrament.
I don't know why, but the fact that there was Sacramento in there just makes it sound like it's a Western. I don't
Daniel
know,
Maroon's
which doesn't make any
Theological Tenebra.
sense, but
Daniel Maroon's Unholy Unctions. Daniel Maroon's Vinci's Vengeful Vigils. That makes no sense. Daniel Maroon's Warring Worshippers. No entry for X or Y. Can't
oh,
blame 'em.
but
And finally, Daniel Maroon's The Zesty Zealot.
and we're done.
It's like that strange tentacled beast.
Don't mind
is
me just
watching
standing
me.
right next to you, speaking to myself.
That thing is very unnerving.
Oh, it's actually like the image of Cthulhu that Lovecraft drew in a book,
I feel like poking it in
which
its
is why it looks so
plaster eyes.
peculiar.
That desk is literally blocking my access to knowledge.
I mean, unless you were headed this way, it's not really blocking you if all you're doing
A
is...
little on the plain and ugly side, too.
Don't worry, I was talking about your desk.
If my detective cylinders aren't misfiring, that's gotta be the librarian. Who would grab and stick to this kind of job in this kind of place? They must have fishhooked them. Free internet'll do that to a Joe.
Didn't miss anything, right? No?
This librarian looks a few centuries short of the age requirement. Evening.
Good evening, sir.
So, how's things in the library business?
Can't complain. It's a living.
Those electronic books hitting you folks
I was
hard
expecting
these
a
days?
library
Nah, not
slash
really.
book
People
pun.
don't tend to read much at all anymore, so it's all the same to us.
Interesting library you got here. Is it old?
Yeah, pretty old.
It's old, huh? How old?
Like really, really old. You might even say it's ancient.
Ancient, huh? How ancient?
It was established by one Jeremiah Orn in, 18... A really, really long time ago.
Huh. Thanks for the info.
Sure.
The name's Ktype. Don Archetype. Here to see about a book.
Well,
Wow.
you've
I didn't
come
get
to
it
the
when
right
I
place.
When I saw his name the first time, I
It's
was like,
called the,
there's a joke there, but I didn't
Necronomicon.
catch it.
Do ya?
Then when he said it, like, there you
that
go.
book. Yeah. Let me check.
So these are some massive books behind him.
Yeah, they're all Lent. All versions of it.
There's more than one?
Why, sure. You've got your, Oh, wait. You're talking about the real Necronomicon, aren't you? Yeah, no, sorry. That doesn't actually exist.
Doesn't exist, huh? My employer seems to think otherwise.
An ancient grimoire full of arcane writings that could summon powerful demonic
Yeah, that
entities
one.
and potentially fold reality onto itself? We don't really carry that kind of stuff here. Chances are, it's nothing but a myth, Mr. Ktype.
Do you think it matters what order, or do we get to say everything? Now we're trying to figure out how the game works.
No such thing as the Necronomicon, you say? Mind if I, snoop around your collections a little while?
I do also like
I don't
the
mind
origins
personally.
of
You'd have to talk to
the
Mr. Orn about the rare books
Teenage
department,
Mutant
though.
Ninja Turtles book
At
he's
the
got
moment,
above
he's
his head
really
there.
busy with some new arrivals upstairs, so you'd have to wait a while. But, sir, waste of time, really. That book is just a legend. An ugly, ugly legend.
Aren't you a bit young to be a librarian?
No.
Look, I can tell you come from a different era, but between you and me, that's straight up ageist.
Oh, really? And that, different era business ain't?
Touché, Mr. Ktype. I'm a student, it's a job, it's quiet, it pays the bills.
The problem isn't you being young, it's you being not, like, mysterious enough. Like, look at this place. You look like a normal human. We can't have that here.
Aren't you a bit too old to be a student?
I don't think
I
so.
like the cut of your jib. That's something your type would say, right?
My type? Now look here, son.
There it is again.
You, wouldn't happen to be intentionally trying to
You can be a
conceal it
student
from me,
whenever.
would you?
I'm just a librarian, sir. As far as I know, the real Necronomicon is a myth. Sorry to disappoint you. You haven't been the first to come and ask about it, and you probably won't be the last.
Maybe set up a sign
Definitely our
then.
most popular and existent book.
Who else has been interested in it?
Everyone, from excitable teenagers to these freaky cultist types that seem to crop up everywhere in the last few months. Just when you thought Darkham couldn't get any weirder, these clowns come along and prove you so wrong.
Maybe change the name of the place.
What can you tell me about these cultists?
They come in all shapes and sizes. Can't really tell them apart.
Because of the
I
robes?
mean, it's not like they waltz in
Oh.
here dressed up in ceremonial robes or anything, but you can tell from the way they speak they're not all there.
I didn't catch your name, Mr.
Kerwin. Buzz Kerwin.
That's an interesting surname and an accent that I can't quite place.
Yeah, I'm half Romanian. My mom was born in Transylvania. I kept her family name.
I believe
'cause
that's where the
it sounds
dev
cool,
team
you know?
is from.
Never get teased because of that?
No. For Buzz, on the other hand, plenty.
All right, Mr. Kerwin. I guess I'll have to wait.
I think maybe they're a cultist of some description. Wait, was there anything else we can... Like, can we...
It's, Buzz, the librarian. Nice kid, I guess. Excuse me just a minute.
Sure.
Okay. That. I guess we'll go out and find the little present they left for us. Oh, inventory. Sources hint at the Necronomicon. Did you have to do it at like an angle? For some reason I automatically tilted my head. Hiding in plain sight inside the Miskatonic library. How plain that sight is remains to be seen. Gotta look into it ASAP. A thing on the doorstep.
There's a thing on the doorstep there. Looks like a package. It ain't for my nose, but I could, pass it on to the librarian.
Now, do we...
It's this thing I found on the library's doorstep. Looks like a package of some sort.
Sure, we can just hand it over. Now, will it automatically let us... Yes.
I found this thing on the doorstep. Were you expecting a package?
No, not really. Let's see it. There's a note here. Oh, it's for you.
For me? What does it say?
Too long have you meddled in our business, K-type. Here's your chance at a bright future for a change. Muhahahaha. Is it me or is this thing ticking?
Well, that
Mr. K-type!
popped off.
He's gone.
Oh, do we get to play as librarian? As Buzz?
Was that you making all that racket, Kerwin?
No, Mr. Orange, sir. Someone set up a bomb in here. I was about to call the police.
Nonsense! You call this a bomb? You should have seen Dresden, son! Now that was some firepower right there! Clean up a little, will ya?
Okay, sir.
Maybe put out the fires first, seeing as books. Or not.
It's Mr. K-type's shoe. Well, I feel like
Maybe
I should call
the
him Dawn
like
now that we've been through
mold
this
on the
together.
books will
Dawn's shoe.
quench the fires.
It's Dawn's shoe. It's all he's left behind.
Is the shoot useful in any way? I mean, I guess he probably wants it back at some point.
Well, at least that thing took some damage. I think it's a little loose now. There's a weird glow emanating from behind it. What the?
Throw shoe at thingy.
It's sure to fall off and kill someone whenever the next earthquake hits.
I hadn't even noticed there's like eyeballs here.
That monstrous cracked medallion is literally an accident waiting to happen. I just realized how long I've actually wanted to do this. Don sends his regards, Ugly.
I have a feeling we found the book.
Is this what Dawn was after? This looks nothing like the other editions. Creep factor just went up 200%. Who'd hide it up there and why? You're coming with me, weird book.
I feel like this so-called weird book looks less like strange and ominous compared to all the other books you have in
Never
in this
thought
place.
I'd actually say this, but the Necronomicon feels weird in my pants. Oh boy, what an evening.
Alrighty.
Think, Buzz, think. Dawn's been kidnapped. The police are a bunch of corrupt and incompetent tools. What do I do? Well, Orn can close up for the night. Things are way too messed up to stick around.
Could we just
Best thing to do is retreat to the bus cave, clear my
put
head,
out the fires?
and see what this strange book is all about.
That's all good, but could we put... Alrighty.
Okay, safely home. What the hell was all that about? Is this really happening? Am I really talking out loud to myself? What is this book? God, I need to stop talking to myself. I sound crazy. Kitty, should I open this thing and see what's written in it? What do you say? You're a lot of help.
Wow.
Okay, might as well take a peek. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sie Dinger Kampa per Adonai Methatron. What the? This is genuinely becoming really scary now, and I'm all alone. What do I do, Kitty? God, I wish you could talk back for once.
What do you mean all alone? Kitty's right there. Did we just get a wisecracking companion? I think he disapproves.
Okay, I know I've been saying everything felt weird before, but that was really, really weird. Something feels very different now.
As much as I hate agreeing with you, something does feel very different now.
I know, right? Maybe reading that out loud wasn't such a good idea, huh?
It sure seems so.
Right? I mean... Whoa, wait. Are you actually talking back to me?
Took you a while, huh?
Yeah,
I feel
alarmingly
like we were
long.
in a much more productive place a few moments ago. You know, analyzing the situation. Maybe working toward a solution?
I still think we should go back and put out the fires.
I stand corrected. You seem to have
It's
a
literally
firm grip on the
fire in a
situation.
place of books.
How?
You just read an incantation and then wished out loud that I could talk back. So...
This is wrong. This can't be happening. This is wrong. Wait, I know. I'll just find the spell or whatever it is and reread it and reverse this. That should work, right?
You're not really expecting any kind of relevant answer from me, are you?
That was
Right,
kind of
I
hoping.
mean- Oh, what the? It's gone. I can't find it anywhere. This was definitely the page
it's
I
one of
read it
those
from,
books you
but
can only
there's-
read
there's
once.
Different text on it now. What the? Should I read it out loud?
Gotta
Wait,
buy a new one
sorry,
if you wanna.
I wasn't considering your point of view here. Do you want to be a...
Talking cat? Please don't take this the wrong way, but that's a resounding and definitive no. I just don't want your kind of problems, man. My deal is sleeping, eating, and generally being decorative.
I mean, you
I
could
can
do
get
all that
behind
while
that.
also speaking.
Okay, here goes.
Oh no.